Andrew here with Astro Trends. I've got your AMC update. If you're new to the channel, what we do here is we combine astrological forecasting with traditional trend analysis to speculate on price movements in stock and crypto markets. So let's jump into it. Around the time of our last update, we were in this range here looking for support. The astrology looked good from last week through till today, so we predicted that we'd see some, we would find that support and we'd see some upward movement, and testing of these, well, this previous support here is now a resistance, and this trend line up here, which connects with another previous high, hopefully pushing through that area. So far so good, looking pretty strong. We do want to see the price pushing through this $60 resistance here, and that's just the previous little corrective high we had here. This is a kind of an ABC correction here, very classic. Drop the Elliott waves in just to make that more clear. So we had a low like somewhere around here, impulse, correction, and then that final impulsive wave. And then we had the predictable ABC correction, A, B up to 61, C. Okay, and then so from this corrective structure here, we've had a pretty good push to the upside from there. So definitely the structure is looking as though we're going to make another attempt at an all-time high, or a local all-time high. And the astrology will probably should shed some more light on that. Let's see if there's anything else here to be. Oh yeah, so I did notice we have very strong RSI signals here. Not necessarily divergence, but just we're getting these increasing highs off of these corresponding highs in price action. So that's good, definitely showing some strength. Maybe lost a little bit between, you see this significant shift in price, while down here on the RSI we just had, it was reflected accurately, no divergence, but you just see that it was cooling off a bit just right here. We got this correction, but the RSI is reset low enough that it looks like we're ready for another pump if the price does keep moving to the upside. So let's take a look at the astrology and see how that's looking at this point. I do want to address this line as well. We dropped this line in on the last video. That was for, or the time there was June 11th, 9 o'clock. Let's see what we had. Yeah, so that's just when Venus started and the Moon started forming this configuration here with Jupiter, this bullish signal that we identified that ended up playing out as predicted. So now let's move it up to the 15th here. It's 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So right now the Moon's got a nice trine to the Sun. Nothing really significant going on with the Moon. Had a Saturn conjunction a day and a half back. Next conjunction will be Mars in a day and a half. Got Neptune opposition coming in overnight into early morning. That can usually be pretty good for the price, especially with this Jupiter conjunct Neptune here, especially when Neptune is indicating something like what it is related to this meme stock situation. Neptune can be seen as good or bad. It can be like a dreamy idealism on the one hand versus a deluded schizophrenia or just lack of clarity, illusion on the other hand. But when we have this nice benefic conjunct here, we know the cultural context with with AMC, GameStop as well, that they have this meme stock situation going on. So positive signal as I see it right now. And I think this opposition will be nice. It's a nice assurance that the ape community, the HODL community, is holding strong. So all good there. Moving until tomorrow, we do have that Fed meeting that I believe is supposed to address inflation. I haven't looked into it deeply. I assume they're going to address inflation. That's everybody's concern. So hopefully that doesn't affect the AMC too much. I expect it probably to affect everything, but like today, almost everything was in the red except AMC, so maybe a kind of contrarian phenomenon going on there. Hopefully it can possibly have the reverse effect because it's so not dependent on traditional fundamentals like so many companies are. Probably should be in most cases. But let's see what else we have here. Venus is still closing in on Jupiter, so this is still really bullish. And it's also right about at the Sun-Venus midpoint. So very strong. I expect to see more highs in the next couple of days. If not, though, if we're rejected, if we're kept down, or even if we do make another high and start to pull back in a week or so, let's see, 22nd, that's next Tuesday. The Sun also ingresses into Cancer here, and you know, be co-present with Jupiter, natal Jupiter transiting Venus, and opposite Venus here by sign. And when you get all the planets kind of clumped up together in a nice configuration where maybe nothing is exact, no, you know, like exact conjunctions and oppositions are great, they're powerful, but also is having so many planets, so many benefics, so many good price indicators, all in a range between other positive indicators. Like we have the Sun, Venus natal configuration here, and we're going to have transiting Sun, transiting Venus, both co-present with Moon and Jupiter opposed to these points. So it's very bullish over the next week at least. And that's not to say that fun really ends, because then Venus and the Sun and then Mercury back here will all, you know, the Sun is yet to make this Jupiter conjunction, Mercury is yet to make this Venus opposition. So there's lots of potential for great price action in the midterm as well. So keep an eye out for all that. Not financial advice, obviously. If you enjoyed this video though, like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more updates.